Hello, welcome to Andrew Teaches Online. Today we're going to discuss... Right, now we're going to do some chipping. I consider this to be really a very easy shot, but probably 90% of golfers find this shot very, very difficult. It's because they get it wrong to begin with. They don't stand to the ball correctly, and of course, they just don't make the good movements. A couple of very important things to understand. Chipping is a low running shot. It's not a high shot. So picking the right club for this shot is of course very important. I have here my number 9 iron. If you start using your pitching wedge, which may be okay, but your sand iron is not a club that you use to chip with. Remember, it's a low running shot. I can go into a lot of detail on picking different clubs for different types of shots, but just going to keep it very simple for the moment. First of all, if I was going to make a full swing with my 9 iron, this is how I would be standing. But when I'm chipping, I stand there. So one, I'm standing much closer to the ball than I would do for a normal swing. I also, as I step into it, my feet are much closer together, and the position of the ball moves back in my stance. So now I'm almost got the ball opposite the big toe of my right foot. I'm standing very close to it. That means that the club is a lot more upright. Normally you stand where the sole of the club is on the ground, but when you chip, you stand in such a way where the heel of the club will actually come off the ground because you're standing so close. Also, I come down the grip. I'm almost gripping the club all the way down, touching the shaft of the club. Again, that's just to allow for the fact that I'm standing closer to it. A really, really good tip with chipping is to stand open. And by that, I mean you get your left hip out of the way. So my left foot comes backwards. My left hip now moves back away from the ball. That gives you room to be able to swing the club. If you don't get your body out the way and you stand so close to it, you get all tied up and you have no room. So, ball back. That means that my hands are in front of the ball. So basically, whether I'm making a full swing or I'm chipping, my hands are opposite sort of the inside of my left thigh. So when I'm chipping, my hands are still opposite the inside of my left thigh. Again, a lot of people, they may bring the ball back in their stance, but then they do this, which defeats the object of having the ball back in your stance. You want to have the ball back because you want to play a low running shot. So, ball back, weight forwards. I put maybe 60–70% of my weight on my left foot and I keep it there. You do not transfer your weight when you're chipping. You just stand on your left foot and the weight stays in one place, and basically you just make a very simple movement. If I asked you, can you do this with your left arm, swinging back and through? I'm sure you'll just say, well, of course I can, Andrew. You can chip. Yet, as I've already pointed out, 95% of golfers cannot chip because they just don't get these things right. So, ball back, hands forward, weight forwards, and very simply you just swing your left arm back and through. So it's a very simple back, through. The ball just gets in the way, it pops up in the air and it rolls out towards the target. So once again, very simple back, through, ball rolls out, up to the hole side. So simple. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next exciting installment. But in the meantime, if you have any problems, you can always send in a request or a question. You can also send me your swing. You can quite simply send it to my email address or even my WhatsApp, and I will send back a personalized analysis of your golf swing to help you get better.